Okay, welcome in Wingin It, episode 29. We appreciate you being here. Brendan Duarte, Austin Platts. I'm Dylan Corbett. Shower just wrapping up here for Jack Duncan. He'll be joining us shortly. But make no doubt about it. It subsided during the coronavirus pandemic, something that we never experienced, right? But make no mistake, traffic is back. Is it in St. Louis? I mean, my God, we had completely free freeways, and now all of a sudden you can't look at the clock and show it be between the hours of 4 and 5 without being stuck in a traffic jam now.
It's definitely gotten worse since the start of the pandemic when there was no traffic, but I would not say it's 100% back yet.
Really?
Just because there's still so many people still working from home in St. Louis.
True. How's it in Dallas? Are a lot of people still at home, Austin?
Yeah, I don't really know what it was like before.
True.
Because I just moved here 2 months ago, but it's pretty fucking bad. But I just got this toll pass for the toll road, and there's like never really much traffic on there. So, but it's like $3 every time you want to take it.
It's like the easy pass, right? Wait a second, hold on. The toll, how have we not discussed tolls and how much of a scam they are? It's basically just like, hey, if you drive, you're just going to have to pay. You're just going to have to pay us. For what? Tolls.
Dude, they make so much money. Think about that. Every time you hop on, it's $3. I mean, it depends on how far you drive.
What if you forgot something at home and you have to take a U-turn and then you fucking come back through the same goddamn
That's
thing?
$9. But Texas doesn't have state income taxes, right?
Oh, yeah. Perks.
Right.
Well, so St. Louis doesn't have tolls, but I grew up, New York City, it's like the kingdom of tolls. Chicago will get you boned for tolls. Denver, it's weird. It's like the bigger the city, the more they'll just fucking hike your ass.
Yeah, and the ones here, they don't even have like the station that you stop at or like just drive through. Somehow they just know with like cameras.
Yeah, no, that changed the game, right? I used to think I was so cool in high school, just like, oh fuck, I'll just kind of speed and tailgate the car in front of me, and the camera won't snipe my license plate. And then 2 weeks later, you get a nice old ticket in the mail. I think you've told the story of the worst traffic jam, Brendan, but what's your usual, like, are you mapping out a certain amount of time to just sit in traffic, unfortunately?
Yeah, because when I lived in my parents' house and worked at Wells Fargo, so my parents live in the county. My office was downtown, like in the city. And I mean, I had to leave an hour, 10 minutes early every day because it was going to take at least 50 minutes to get to work. And oftentimes there'd be an accident, which would add an extra 20 minutes.
Crazy. Accidents, how they slow. I mean, I'm the same dude looking and staring all I can at the accident, but it's such a phenomenon to me how traffic could just slow down for an accident. And then as soon as you pass it, it just opens up and everyone's like, all right, back to normal.
Exactly. Yeah, I hate it. It's so terrible.
Dude, I once saw a truck on fire once, and I almost parked in the middle of the highway going the other way just to stare at it more.
Traffic can happen just from people like slamming on their brakes.
Right.
And
true.
You get there and you're like, well, what the fuck was this all for?
Yeah. So traffic is back. Tolls are a scam. Speaking of a scam, Jack Duncan with us live now. Did you guys first of all, I got screwed. I'm texting people on Saturday. Hey, fuck, I'm probably gonna buy this stupid fight. Let's go. Why wasn't it on a Saturday? Was I the biggest idiot ever?
I was pissed at that.
Why?
I thought it was on Saturday. Who the fuck fights on a Sunday?
Okay, so I wasn't the only idiot. I'm kind of like, I had a buddy over and he's all of a sudden like, he leaves and then he's like, he texted me, he's like, who won the fight? And I was like, I don't think it happened. I think late at night, I was like, wait a second, what the hell's going on? It was a Sunday pay-per-view card on Showtime.
I was house sitting on Saturday night for our friend Jenna, and I was like texting a few of my friends. I was like, hey, come over. There's a pool. We can order some pizza and then watch the fight. And we got like a shit ton of emos and then looked at it and we were like, oh, fuck, it's not even night.
I mean, someone deserves to be fired for that. But did you guys get suckered into it? Because I mean, Sunday I was like, shit, I was out. Caught the highlights. Did anyone pay the $50? Did anyone pay the $50 for it Sunday?
Yeah.
I used
Austin. Wow, Austin. All right.
I used Stream East. Me and Drew did.
Oh, you watched it? Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was the lame guy catching the highlights.
Shout out
What
to
you
one
guys
of our
think?
shout out to one of our faithful listeners, Christian Verde. He's the king of any stream for anything you'll ever need. And he got me one that worked on my phone that I watched on my dashboard while I was driving home from Kansas City.
That's the best, by the way.
$0 for that.
So I bet on the fight, and it was weird because it was an exhibition match. Like, I'm reading the rules coming up to this. It's like there's no judges, there's a knockout, but it was like WWE. It was almost like wrestling. The one bet I did make was because Floyd was like minus what? He was like minus 800, as high as whatever, and Logan Paul was like pretty juicy, but Logan Paul was going to have to get a knockout. I took a prop, Floyd to get a knockout in the 6th round. Did it happen? Wasn't that the round where it's in question where Floyd Mayweather appears to, and it's weird, no one caught this live, but it makes the rounds the next day in slow-mo. It appeared that Floyd literally clipped him, knocked him out, and then held him up to keep it going. There was some sketchy stuff going on there, but did you guys feel like he got robbed in any way?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask what you thought of that. Because, like, Portnoy says people are idiots. That's impossible. That's what he's going on a rampage about. But kind of does look like he held him up. But I don't know.
I don't know. Every video you watch just stops like right in the middle of him, falling.
Right. They don't see
like,
him going to the round to the corner. Yeah.
But every Aaron made the same bet and it was like absolutely livid the next day.
I mean, yeah, I was like, wait a second. Cause I was like, oh, all right, it went the distance. And I'm seeing this on TikTok. I'm like, wait, was I just fucking gypped out of even that? And then I saw another clip where Floyd still stunned him with a jab, but it looked like he pulled it. It looked like he was pulling his punches. So people are saying Floyd wasn't going that hard. Everyone somehow walked away with what, 30 million for a draw? Like, I don't get how we get suckered into this, but the fame talks. And I mean, shit, we're talking about it. People are talking about it. But I thought it was just crazy.
What do you mean 30 million for a draw?
Floyd was talking about how he already made 30 million just for taking the fight and kind of building up to it, just in advertising, marketing, all this shit.
Yeah, they were saying he'd probably walk away with like 50 altogether. Something
right.
Like that.
Oh my God.
100.
I like Ben Askren got the most money he's ever made over the course of his UFC career. Woodley-Paul, which is going to happen. Woodley's getting paid more than he's ever gotten as a 4-time, 5-time UFC champ. Like, it's kind of crazy. How about Jake Paul? I mean, I love that the brothers are kind of like with each other, like they make fun of each other, but they're also to the bone, like, we'll die for each other. But he's screaming at the side of the ring, come on, 30 minutes till 30 seconds, you defeat the champ. And Logan Paul just got fucking blitzed like the entire fucking thing. It's like, dude, what? How are you going to say your brother won?
Yeah, the announcers were like, no, he didn't. Shut up, buddy.
They're like, shut up. The announcers were so on Floyd's side the entire time. It was pretty funny.
Well, they were Showtime announcers. Like, they actually tried, as opposed to Triller, which is more of like the concert show art. This was like actually like, hey, we're here to box.
Who's a better boxer, Logan or Jake?
Jake Paul's way better.
Jake's way. Is he as big as Logan is?
Dude, Logan Paul is fucking huge.
Logan is a monster. He made Floyd look like a midget in the ring.
Yeah. Dude, it looked like there was literally a fat piece of granite and someone just chiseled it and Logan Paul stepped into the ring. Jake Paul, though, can actually punch. Like, so he's got the boxing technique. Like, and think about it, too, because did you see the undercard or whatever? Chad Johnson got knocked out.
Yeah.
Chad Ochocinco was in the undercard.
Like,
okay, celebrity boxing, yeah, go get your money. But what if you're on the losing end of that? Like, Nate Robinson's a joke now. Like, he went from an NBA, kind of phenom to the dude getting knocked out by a YouTuber.
That was hilarious.
If you're going to box, you better not fucking get knocked out cold.
I did not know until I turned it on that Chad Ochocinco was on the undercard.
Same with me. Yeah, I had no clue until we turned it on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Paul Woodley's the next one. There's actually a really good UFC. It's 263 this weekend. It's Adesanya versus Vittori. I'm in Portland this weekend. Matty Ice getting hitched. So I might have to. Have you guys ever been to Oregon? It's one of those scenic states. I'm excited. Pot friendly too. So.
No. I thought every drug is legal in Oregon.
Yeah, that's right. I know it's decriminalized.
Or at least decriminalized. Yeah.
Ahead of its time, really.
Yeah.
You guys remember libraries? This is still continuing with like our nostalgia from last week. I mean, bro, how is like the libraries used to be? Well, in college was the place to go, but just to think about people just going to rent books. I mean, how the hell? What business model like that is something that we're not going to even know of in 5 to 10 years?
Dude, I was talking to my mom about how she like reads books on her Kindle or whatever. She's like, I have the library app. You just need a library card. And if you just email them, they'll send you a library card. But the thing about it is that they have a limited amount of seats or whatever that can like have the book at a time at one time. Does that make any sense? Yeah, even though it's all digital.
That's weird. That's cap, honestly.
It's so dumb.
That's funny that the libraries actually figured out a way to monetize it, though. It's like NFTs will sell you your library card as an NFT.
My mom still goes to the library a lot because I have a young niece and they go and like rent children's books.
Yeah, interesting. I just remembered it as such a part of our childhood, and maybe it still is. Like my dad will go and like look up historical records at the library. But you know, he's like 80. So yeah,
the book fair back in the day.
Dude, the book fair was fire.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah, like it's weird that our high school days and the high school now, I mean post-pandemic too, is just it's night and day different. Okay, how about Jeff Bezos not only offering the first flight to space, but saying, nah, I'm not confident it's going to be successful. I'll be on the fucking flight myself. I mean, what if that thing blows up? I mean, he really took a stand and was like, hey, no, this is good. You'll not only win this and go for auctioning it off, I'll sit there right next to you.
It's got to be his clone or something. That's a massive risk.
Him and his brother
are
both going together.
What is that like? Is it like a private airplane? Like they're wearing astronaut suits, just floating as what are they hopping next to Saturn? What's the course here? It's just a space flight.
Serious question. Would you guys go on it if you were offered a chance to go for free? Would you go on it?
110,000%, dude. Oh my God. Talk about views.
Oh my God. Fuck no, you would not. You couldn't pay me to go on that.
I know you were saying that earlier. Yeah,
dude,
come on.
They're probably just like orbiting the Earth and just like looking at the Earth. But if it does explode and he goes out, Amazon stock has got to go plummeting.
But here's the thing: 15 days before this flight is when he officially resigns as CEO and gets kicked upstairs. What if he just goes to space and never comes back? Like fakes his death and just chills on Mars. No, yeah, they've got this chartered course, and I just imagine them leaving the atmosphere, and there's just a fucking meteoroid shower, like unexpected. Like, how could you expect anything in space? But this is supposed to happen in a month. I truly believe that space travel is going to be almost not a part of our life, but like a rich option for people. Like I think in the next 10 years, it's going to be almost kind of like, fly Emirates, where that's like the leisure for air travel. Space travels, are you going to be flying Spirit flights out of this earth for $50?
Yeah, there's like no leg room on the Spirit rocket ship.
You don't get an air mask. It's like, you got to hold your breath the flight, but you can.
I'm flying Spirit next week. I'm not looking forward to it.
Okay, well, I'll do you one better. I'm flying Sun Country Airlines tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Did you guys take in the Bitcoin conference at all? No. Did you even know this was a thing? I didn't until this week.
I saw it on Twitter. I saw some clip of some guy running on stage and like taking off his shirt and promoting Dogecoin.
I just read Tim Dillon's tweets.
Correct.
About the Bitcoin conference.
So like the dude from Shark Tank was there. There was just a bunch of one of the Winklevoss twins, I think, said Bitcoin could go up to 500,000, which you've been kind of saying, Austin. But so what? Yeah, what is that? Why is there like all of a sudden a war between the cryptocurrencies? Like the Bitcoin conference, people can't have any Doge associated with it. So this guy literally breaks security just to show off his shirt.
Yeah, I don't know. Did they like only talk about Bitcoin the whole time, or was it all crypto?
I mean, what's the point of a conference? No, it was just Bitcoin. I think it was just Bitcoin 2021. And I mean, like, what are people just going to Miami to get wasted? I mean, sit around a whole weekend talking about Bitcoin. I guess you could pick a worse place.
Dude, there's conferences for everything. I mean, there's flat Earth conferences. There's like whistle blowing, like literally whistling conferences. I don't know. It's just for people to gather and talk about what they like.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, too. You've got like life coaching, too. That's a whole circuit. So consequently with this, and we kind of mentioned earlier in previous Winging It episodes, again, we appreciate you, the listener. Dude, so Apple had their own conference, and like, remember Steve Jobs, the video circulated in 2007 when he introduced the iPhone. So I think the new thing was, yeah, it kind of struck me and hit me in the face. How many Apple products are just like on my wrist, in my pocket, in front of me on a laptop, to my right on a desktop, on the ground with an iMac, or excuse me, an iPad? Like they quietly just took over everything digital. I mean, it's not even a contest. I mean, people look down on you if you have an Android phone, if you have a green message bubble.
I was gonna say it wasn't quiet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the blue messaging, it's funny how people took that so seriously. If you have a green message, you can't be put in the group and shit.
Just ruins group text.
Well, on the topic of Apple, they just had their Apple event.
Yeah.
The new stuff that's rolling out. And on iOS 15, you can now FaceTime people with Androids.
Really?
I don't know how.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The coolest thing I saw was like the universal mouse, where I could literally have a Bluetooth mouse and go from my laptop, iMac computer, and iPad, and it'll do all three. Like it just screen to screen hopping.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Fuck. Did you guys ever do Android? I was straight to Apple when they first came out with the original iPhone, I think.
When the first smartphone I got, I've always had Sprint as my provider, and Sprint used to not support iPhone. So I had an Android, and it was so much fucking worse than the iPhone.
I had the same exact thing.
Wait, what are some reasons why? What were just some nitty bitty things each day where you just were like, fuck, I wish I had that?
I mean, the green texts, this was also back like early high school. So the App Store was also not as good. And I mean, when you're that young, you really want games.
Sure.
Also,
the camera sucked.
The camera sucked. The music app, I'm a big music listener. I mean, you've got this also, Spotify wasn't around either.
Yeah.
So, I mean, having iTunes on your iPhone is super convenient. The music store for Android is also garbage. But now Spotify's out, so that
this wasn't really like user friendly. Like the keyboard is like not as like, I don't know, shaped well. It was just tiny.
The funny memes were always great, where it's like people getting caught in on their Android, or taking a photo with your Android and it was just pixelated like a fucking like something out of Minecraft. Holy
Dude,
crap!
Is it just me, or the kids that chose Android would always be like, "Oh, dude, it's so much better. You have an iPhone," and
it was almost like they were taking a stand. It was
yeah.
They were trying to go against the grain. It was like the kids who were good at like science and stuff, and
Right.
And
they're like,
so
"Can
accurate.
you customize your keyboard?" I'm like, "Shut the fuck up."
They were like, "Oh, do you have this little pen that comes with it?" Mine
the
does.
pen that drew what word you wanted to spell. Yeah, I could actually type it with two of my thumbs on my phone over here. Okay, just a couple of things here, and then we'll get right into the tea. Just a short and sweet episode here as I'm leaving for Portland, and we give it to you here on Winging It, episode 29. So we've talked about how, I mean, everyone kind of knows the digital age. Robots are eventually coming for our shit. I didn't know it was this quickly, and I didn't know I didn't know this was possible. A robot therapist. like you call it and Siri is talking to you instead of, let's take away all human connection. When I need to actually talk to someone, nope. It's as if psychology was a hard enough major to succeed and make a living off of. Now a robot's got your shit. Come on. Robot therapist.
Is it online or is it
phone?
in person?
I think it's like, if you need to call someone, you just call it and you could talk through to like Siri. It's basically the 24/7 on-call therapist.
I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea.
Doesn't sound effective, literally at all.
But in terms of
Dude, it probably always knows what to say.
Yeah, no, it probably gets me on a whole new level. No, but it's like, it's cost effective. It's like, why don't I just pay for a service to automate a voice as opposed to, paying a college graduate?
Yeah, but therapy is one of those things, like, you have to have emotional intelligence to be good at a job. And it's like, does AI, has it developed that emotional intelligence yet?
No, I totally agree. And that's why I was kind of shocked to be like, oh, they're really doing everything now. Shit. All of a sudden, we're just going to have Siri calling football games. We're not going to even have announcers anymore. It's not going to know Al Michaels. It's going to be Siri. Touchdown. Last thing I had, and then we'll get it. Oh, no, wait a second. Hold on. What we finally, over promise, under deliver. We finally get the drunk story of Brendan waking up in bed with his parents, but we'll let him formulate the story because I've got one. The topic is funny drunk moments with your parents. Okay. And I'll go first. I'm sure most of these happened in high school, right? We're finally getting to the age where it's like, okay, we're partying, we're drinking, still trying to keep it a secret from our parents. We don't want to be these juvenile delinquents, but then it's just part of growing up. So we come back from a party and the thing was, everyone crashes at someone's house. So we're going to my townhouse. And this was the point in our high school lives where it was not just drinking. We discovered marijuana. So we're hotboxing my car just outside in my, not even a subdivision, my townhouse parking lot. My dad calls me. Hey, Dylan, where are you? We're at Steak and Shake. And he counters with, I see you in the parking lot. And I was like, what? No, we're at Steak and Shake. I swear to God. So we're hustling and bustling inside. We open the car. The smoke is billowing out of the car. We smell like a pot leaf. Walking in, everyone hustles downstairs. My dad just catches me at the staircase where I am hanging on for dear life just for balance, trying to keep it together as my dad is trying to talk to me. Fast forward to 5 minutes of conversation I do not remember. Go downstairs, throw up probably the biggest pile of yak one could ever see, and Brendan pisses his pants in laughter. But that was just one I had. My dad didn't appreciate me telling him that we were in Steak and Shake when we were in the parking lot of our own house.
I have one really quick.
Yes.
My friends sleep over, and two of my friends that shall not be named snuck out of the window, went somewhere, came back, and they were trying to get back in through the wrong window, and they thought that I locked them out, but they were just drunk as hell. So they slept in the car. My dad walks my dog at like 5:30 in the morning and sees them sleeping in the car. He's like, guys, what are you doing? And one of my friends opens the door and immediately pukes on my dad's feet.
Oh,
Dude, like, we thought we were so sneaky. I can't wait to see like my kid try and pull some shit. Some other funny drunk stories, Jack.
so the one I have actually is when I was not as grown up. It was, I think, a year or two ago when we were in Nashville for the Vanderbilt Mizzou game, and my dad lives in Nashville and I lived there for a summer with him, and I never really get past the point of like having like a bouncer or anything like on me. And they said the last place they saw me was a bouncer pushing my like head up against the wall, and I got kicked out. And I guess the only address I knew was my dad's, which is like 45 minutes from downtown Nashville. So it's like a $200 Uber, I guess. I found this all out the next day, and he comes outside of his house because he hears this banging. He actually calls the police because he sees this person outside. Literally, like I'm clawing at the neighbor's screen, like on their window, and then he like and he comes outside and he's like, Jack, and he says I was just mute mode. I just like stared at him, and he had to walk me inside and put me on the couch, and then he like messaged Grant and Henry on Facebook to try to like be like, yo, he's here. And then the next day I woke up, so it was a $200 Uber. And then I guess I puked in the Uber, and I was like, there's no way I did that. So I sent a long paragraph like, this is bullshit, blah, blah. And then he just sent back 2 pictures of the puke. And it was like,
checkmate.
And it was like a $350 first night in Nashville. So
hey, we've all been there. The shit we put our parents through.
I actually have, this doesn't really have any, it kind of has something to do with parents this is a Drew Ellis story that he reminded me of this weekend. That's so hilarious that I have to tell it. So, I mean, if you listen to this podcast, I'm sure you know Drew Ellis. He went out, this probably took place about 2 years ago. He went out one night and got like super blacked out at the bar and got kicked out and went back home with our friend, who I guess I won't name. And our friend was like they Uber back to his house, and he's trying to get Drew inside, and Drew just won't come in. So our friend is like, all right, fuck it, dude, I'm just going to bed. Well, fast forward 7 hours later, Drew wakes up to a nurse tapping him on the head, and Drew wakes up and lifts his head up and immediately slams his head on the bottom of a truck. Turns out Drew fell asleep underneath a truck in this kid's in our friend's driveway. And the nurse, as she woke him up, was like, oh my God, he's alive. He's alive. She was on the phone with the police. 5 minutes later, a police car pulls up, a fire truck pulls up, and an ambulance pulls up because Drew fell asleep under this truck and everyone thought he was dead. And Drew has like no idea what's going on. He's like still in a daze. The cop pulls up and gets out. He's like, and the cop's like, oh, hey, you're Drew. You're my son's baseball coach. Drew's like, oh, yeah. And the cop's like, all right, get in the car. I'll take you home. The cop drives Drew home. As Drew's getting out, the cop's like, so will I see you at the game tonight? And Drew's like, yeah, I'll be there.
Just share a wink.
When did this happen?
This was like 2-3 years ago.
Good Lord.
Oh my God.
We should start. I want to do another listener contest. I think that was a lot of fun. We did that a couple months ago. Well, just send us in your favorite drunk stories. I mean, shit. I brought out the koozie for my bachelor party. Speaking of just drunk stories, when I got mugged outside of a gas station in a rough part of Denver. I mean, there's too many to discuss. So, Brendan, you used to own a Mitsubishi Eclipse, so maybe you know something about this, but I was startled, a lot of people are making fun of me for getting older now on some dad shit because I have a sprinkler system that I love, etc. Sometimes you just got to secure the perimeter at your house. Brendan, you're a townhouse guy. You go around outside, you just secure the perimeter, give it a good walk around. I heard a street race going on right by my house. Are these still a thing? I mean, this was crazy. This thing was just buzzing right by my fucking house.
In Minnesota?
Yes. Oh my God. Like in a residential neighborhood.
I was going to say, don't you live in like a neighborhood?
Yeah. And so that happened probably this week, right? Yeah. So I put it on this week's topic list. I think it was 3 weeks before someone was just like, I was at a gas station and they were just like, yeah, be careful. It's street racing season. I was like, it's what? Like that's a thing?
Wow. I didn't know there was a season for street racing.
That's like at Sonic in the Valley. They used to have Tuesday nights, all those cars.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Did anyone ever race at those? I felt like it was just a fucking show-off party.
Our friends used to always race from B-dubs to the basketball practice. Yeah.
Wait, that's right. Nothing like a good race.
Yeah.
All right, let's break and we'll wrap you up here with Tea with Jack D coming up on Wingin' It.
Things asleep.
All right, it's the moment we wait for every week. Let's get educated. Tea with Jack D here on Wingin' It. Let's dive in.
All right. kind of got a good amount here. I took some time today to find some stuff. A strip club employee claims Kanye West tipped her $15,000 to just listen to him.
Could have paid Siri.
Yeah.
I believe.
Come on, how narcissist could you be? Like, what are you pay to listen to me? Happy birthday to Kanye, right? Didn't he just turn 44?
Yep, he did.
Oh.
We kind of a couple tidbits about Kanye sprinkled in here.
Nice.
Okay, this is just insane. This Italian artist sold an invisible sculpture for $18,000.
I saw that. Is that real?
Yeah.
Bro.
Wait, what?
Don't get me started on modern art.
This artist said he has this sculpture that only exists in his imagination, and he
said this was his quote. He said he prefers to think of it as a vacuum. He says, "The vacuum is nothing more than a space full of energy, and even if we empty it and there's nothing left, according to Heisenberg uncertainty principle, that nothing has weight. Therefore, it has energy that is condensed, transformed into particles that is into us."
There was an episode on Community that was just grifting 101, like as a class, and the whole class was a grift. Like, that is that. I mean, somehow you make it. Yeah, it's art. It's this vacuum of, and this guy's just talking about nothing in front of him as people are oohing and ahhing. Isn't Art Basel or Art Basel something in Miami where they celebrate modern art? And there was literally a couple of years ago just a banana duct taped to a piece of plywood.
Yeah.
As a joke?
No, it was actual art. It sold for like $15K.
I forgot. There's some story of some art museum in a different country where these people, as a joke, just set a pineapple down in the middle of one of the exhibit rooms, and they came back and the pineapple had a glass case over it because the people who were there thought it was art.
Dude, did you see there was a chicken nugget that was shaped like an Among Us character, and it sold for $100,000.
Dude, and I was reading about that, and like, I wonder if that dude just finessed that, because it went on the market for 99 cents, and then the first bid was for $14K. And then after that, so like maybe we just put random shit on the internet and then bid high.
So maybe the dude who put it on there bid the $14K
to get it started.
Yeah, and then it just goes like, maybe we do that.
So there was a viral clip out of this Bitcoin conference, and it could have been staged, but it was this guy like taking out like a $10 bill or a $20 bill and just ripping it to shreds. And he was just like, this is worth nothing. This is worth nothing. You know, crypto. And what if he's right? And people are just like, fuck it, I gotta dump cash into a chicken nugget.
Someone said that dude, I don't know if it's true or not, I was reading comments that dude bought Bitcoin like sub $5.
Bro.
So
I swear to God,
$10 bills.
Some dude was telling me about Bitcoin in 2017. He was like, yeah, like he had some shitty laptop that like wasn't even from this decade that he is just mining Bitcoin from. And if I had just given him more attention span, I mean, like, good Lord.
I saw this today. I don't know if this took place like today or within the past few days, but it was like the largest Bitcoin real estate transaction ever. Someone bought a penthouse in Miami for $22.2 million worth of Bitcoin.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
And Miami's like trying to be the Bitcoin like capital.
Also, did you see like El Salvador is trying to make Bitcoin legal tender?
Yeah. I saw, China, like the reason I mean, it's still down, but the reason it tanked was like China didn't want it or India didn't want it. And then like a week later, they're like, never mind. Elon's been fluctuating this shit left and right.
Fuck Elon.
Yeah. You see Anonymous? Do you guys know what Anonymous is?
Yeah.
They went after him.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I didn't get to, I was in a loud area, so I couldn't hear the video.
Yeah, you couldn't let people know you follow Anonymous. Yeah, I mean, we have to. We need to know human war crimes.
Well, like, so what was it that he just like, his labor or whatever?
They were just like, the labor. He apparently was like, his parents were like involved with some diamond mine in like Africa that he basically was already had money from. Austin's internet's out. But yeah, it was, and they were attacking him for basically playing with, life savings of potentially idiotic people that were jumping into it. But
Yeah.
he was telling them, hey, full speed ahead.
Got it. Okay. So at a wedding in India, there was a bride who died of a heart attack, like right when it was about to start. So the guy just married her sister instead, like right there on the spot. The family said they panicked and didn't know what to do. So they.
Was it an arranged marriage?
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
But
I was going to ask if that was a thing, but, or if that was a thing still. And I think it is, but yeah, it's awfully fishy.
Yeah.
That's
all right.
That's true love.
Culture 3 Migos album comes out Friday.
Yeah.
Is this going to be fire? Culture 2 took a bit to grow on me. I don't know.
What did you think of well, I guess you didn't watch the fight. Did you get to see all 3 Migos walking out prior to Floyd rapping their entire new song?
No, I saw Moneybagg Yo forgetting he was supposed to lip sync.
So right before that, all 3 Migos, what's their new song? They rapped Straightening or whatever.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty fucking funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been lacking. I got to catch up on some probably in the last month or so music. I kind of let it pile up, and then we've been talking about Spotify. Spotify's great for like keeping up with specific genres. So I could just check like all new releases in a row and like catch up in one sitting.
All right. I feel like a lot of companies will follow this, but Amazon announced the company will no longer screen employees for marijuana use.
Wow. I saw that.
Thank you.
Pretty big company.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, that's just the way with the times, like, which is awesome. Like, Kelsey's a nurse, and like, I think she was out of college, so she got drug tested, and then her most recent job now, she didn't get drug tested. It's just like, it's just not even a thing anymore. I mean, don't be a fucking moron and don't, have it ruin your life. But what's up with, because I think something that's interesting is what companies are bringing people back into work, because isn't it like September now? Like, are they setting some dates? Brennan, have you been in the office? You're still at home, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, my boss just said yesterday the absolute earliest we would go back would be in the fall. But I think my company is now giving the option to where if you are vaccinated and want to go back in the office, they're like considering it, and they're going to let like up to 30% of people go back if they want to.
So I live right by the Target headquarters here in Minneapolis. Huge campus, and it's just a ghost town right now. And I'm just like, first of all, how much money did they lose just from not having that, habitated for the past year plus? And what companies are just kind of like, wait a second, why the hell are we paying this real estate for, especially companies that could do much more just on a computer at home? So I think that's going to be fascinating.
It is. I work in recruiting, and it's pretty interesting to hear like the different companies who are cool with it, the ones who are like, who want you back. And then the people you talk to are like, I only want remote. I do not want to go back. Because I mean, there is a lot of freedom. Like, you can go to the dentist, you don't have to take off work, like take care of your kids. It's crazy.
Bro, seriously. Austin, you've been back and forth. Here's a question for everyone. What do you prefer? At home working or in the office working?
Dude, I get like, I kid you not, 100 times more stuff done when I go into the office. It's because like my desk is right next to my bed. I'm like rolling out of the bed, and like once I'm in the office, I'm like ready to go.
Sure.
For me, it just depends. I mean, if I had to choose for my current job, I would rather stay at home. But other jobs, I think I would prefer going into the office.
I mean, I started my job in January, and it was my first job, so it's all I know. And I kind of fuck with it because you just get to hang out at home.
I was thinking about this the other day. Remember my first job working at a car wash? Those were the days. Waterway. All right, back to the tea. Sorry, right as Jack's taking a vigorous sip.
Okay, this is pretty crazy. Drake Bell has been arrested and charged on crimes against a child. And like Drake Bell from Drake and Josh. And It has something to do with like his ex-girlfriend who was like under 18 at the time, like in 2017. And that I don't know why they gave him that charge, but she said he was like physically and verbally abusive, and she made some TikTok about it, this chick, and so he got arrested and had a $2,500 bond.
That was kind of crazy. Didn't that just yeah, so he got arrested and it appeared in like court records or whatever, and people are like, wait a second, that Drake Bell? Tough
I
go.
heard he's like abusive to girls. Is that what he got? Is that what he got arrested for? Like hitting her?
Yeah, some chick that he dated, but I don't know how 4 years later, and then it's like child endangerment. I don't know.
Unfortunate, yeah. That I mean, just terrible news. Did you guys see Marcell Ozuna, former St. Louis outfielder? That dude got like arrested mid-season. He's got like a messy relationship or whatever, but he got arrested for strangulation of his fiance, like in the middle of this. Like this is probably like 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
So he posted bail, but yeah, I mean,
damn,
shitty stuff.
Little sports. First time since 2010 that neither LeBron or Steph is in the finals. That's pretty crazy.
Who do you think's gonna win?
Yeah, good question.
I think the Nets will.
Dude, the Nets. Me and Austin were talking yesterday. So I went into the series thinking Bucks. First game blowout. Second game Bucks blowout, and they're doing this without Harden.
Yeah.
Good Lord. I mean, so not to get too sportsy, they shot 50% from deep, 21 of 42. I mean, you're going to win when you do that. I still think it's the Sixers, but that's because I have a future on them. So
did you see all the stuff, the rumors about Kevin Durant dating Lana Rhodes?
Yeah,
that was crazy. Or like
he brought a backup date to their date.
Yeah, and now she's
how about
pregnant.
Lana Rhodes being pregnant?
Yeah,
nobody knowing who the father is.
Not knowing?
Did she say who it is?
No, I don't know. Maybe she's keeping secret.
I don't think so. That Mike dude that she dated is denying that it's his.
Yeah, because they had broken up.
Yeah,
he said he wants a paternity test.
Yeah.
Dude, the memes of that are just so. It's like Lana Rhodes' kid going to school at 12 years old.
Yeah, it's like, could you imagine if that was your mom? I mean, you'd be rich, but my God, you wouldn't last a day in a group text.
That would be a tough child. That'd be a tough childhood.
All right, 50 Cent. The burglary suspects that are accused of robbing him, they allegedly are arrested. They allegedly stole up to $3 million worth of stuff from him. And
I didn't know that. I didn't even know he got robbed.
Yeah, I didn't either. It was back in January, but
damn.
Yeah, it says
$3 million. What did they steal? His house?
It was probably jewelry, I bet.
$3 million in cash and jewelry from one of 50 Cent's businesses, and the key to the cracking the case was a stolen car that they stole from someone else, and it led them to this, which is
wow. I love a good cracked case.
Yeah.
In a different life, I would like to be but it's probably a grueling, horrible profession, but I would like to be a detective. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to be a detective.
Yeah, or an FBI agent.
Oh, I'm on episode 6 of Mayor of Easttown. I'm gonna finish it tonight. I'm so excited.
Okay, I got a long flight. I'll have to do some binge.
You gotta watch it, Dylan. It's so good.
You leave tonight, Dylan?
I leave tomorrow. So that'll be money. Yeah, Sun Country Airlines. So
okay.
Speaking of like heists and money and ransom, how about the hackers taking out these pipelines, which might not, you might see in passing. You're like, wait, what? You don't understand it, but it's literally hackers like taking out crucial parts of this country's infrastructure, and they're demanding ransom in Bitcoin. So which is crazy in its own right. It's like this is like the 21st century espionage. But then the Justice Department came out and said that they got that back. I don't know how they could have done that, but that's incredible.
Yeah. I don't know how they got it back either, because Bitcoin just goes to a wallet. And my question is, like, all these people with hundreds of millions of dollars in their Bitcoin wallet, like, how they're not going to get taxed for it unless
I thought they were trying to make a crypto tax or something.
They'll probably try and finesse something, I bet, eventually. They're working out legislature. Yeah.
All right. Well, back to airlines. United Airlines has purchased 15 supersonic jets and plans to have them carry passengers by 2029, which means you could get to Tokyo from New York in 10 hours.
Have you guys ever heard of this? The Concorde? I've flown on it before. I was like 3 years old. It's a vivid memory of mine. And it's just my dad, like, we're kind of seatbelt signs off. And I think it was London to New York. And it was, usually that's 6 hours and it was like 3. And he's just pointing at the speedometer as we're walking like to the front of the plane. He's like, hey, this is history here. And then, they like shut down these planes for so long. And United's like, shit, let's bring them back up.
Why did they shut them down?
I don't think it was cost efficient. Like they couldn't get, I think they upcharged the prices for like, hey, this is going to be the future of travel. And I just don't think it ever took off. Ahead of its time, honestly.
Yeah.
I'll ask my dad more about the Concorde. That's interesting. We'll get that for next week.
Okay.
Wait, Jack, you said Tokyo to New York in 10 hours?
Yeah.
What is it usually?
I don't know. I've never.
Well, what were did you have some other flights pulled up there that you said?
That was the one that was on this little snippet but I guess that's a pretty far flight.
Yeah. So, I mean, London to New York is like 6 hours and it cuts it in half.
Yeah.
Here, I'll look it up here as we continue.
Okay. Anything for the TikTok. This mom was arrested in Texas for acting like a student and going to her daughter's middle school.
I saw that.
Taking pictures like in the mirror and be like, what did it say? Going to school as my 13-year-old daughter, middle school edition. And she like ate lunch there and like.
What the fuck?
She had a mask on and a hood on the whole time.
Yeah. Like.
That's weird.
I don't know.
There's something missing there in the whole upstairs.
Oh no.
I think it's funny she got arrested for it.
Yeah. For
I mean, that's creepy. I mean, that's like a
charges. She got criminal trespass and tampering with government records, which I don't know what she tampered with. But
wasn't she doing it like just as a TikTok prank?
Yeah.
She was probably going for clicks, but she was probably getting the wrong kind.
Yeah. Okay. Nigeria bans Twitter after company deletes their president's tweet. So no one in the country can use Twitter anymore.
What was his tweet?
That's a good question.
I mean, it was probably, shit, they still banned Trump, didn't they? Like, they're getting into censorship, and it's like, okay, you could debate whether it's needed in some spots, but then also the always argument to that will be like, what the fuck? Free speech. Big tech can't do that. Fuck you.
Yeah.
The president was probably like, fuck you, Twitter. And
just, right. He's like, you know what? Twitter's now illegal.
His tweet basically accused the Twitter to be used for activities that are capable of undermining Nigeria's corporate existence, and they deleted it. I don't know what that means, but
I don't know either.
That means either.
Okay, Tesla has filed a new trademark for restaurant services.
They're everywhere. They're going to be the new shit, like Amazon started as a bookstore, and now look what they are. Like Tesla. DraftKings was a fantasy sports app. Now they're sports gambling. Now they're into media companies.
Dude, yeah. Like Amazon is crazy because like they just bought MGM. And I saw the other day they have Amazon Pharmacy where your prescriptions can be delivered at home. Which I don't even get how that's allowed because like all the rules of like pills across states and stuff. I don't know. But
wait, what's the Tesla patent for? Is it
they've got their own tequila, I'm pretty sure, too.
Restaurant services, pop-up restaurant services, self-service restaurant, takeout restaurants. So
it seems like, well, I guess he's getting in at the right time. Right now that restaurants kind of got slashed in terms of their value. It's kind of smart.
Okay. All happening this summer. A solar eclipse, a supermoon, a meteor shower, and a blue moon.
I feel like this happens every few years.
I always miss it. I always
once in 700 years.
Well, dude, I don't know. I'm just reading. That's like how every other day is like National Burger Day. I've seen like National Burger Day.
Dog Day.
There's so many.
Today's National BFF Day.
Like, my best friend's day.
Yeah.
You're a dick if you don't text your best friend, right? It's like, gee, stop telling me what to do.
Like that was a month ago. Same thing.
Yeah.
All right. I just thought this was cool. Drake, Future, and Metro Boomin were in the studio again together. That'd be sick.
How about Drake? Did we talk about him kind of like leaning into bringing his son everywhere now? Like at first it was a secret, and now he's like showing him off. Good for him. I mean,
I mean Drake's kid.
Oh my God, yeah.
But Drake's kid also has a porn star mom.
True.
So,
Tough.
But
Not nearly as well known though, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
I cannot find these fucking Concorde times.
Okay, speaking of Kanye, The Gap and Kanye dropped their first collab.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I saw that. It looked trash.
The what? The who?
Gap.
Kanye who?
You know, Kanye has that thing with Gap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, what was it?
It's like this blue, like puffy coat. Like,
wow, the puppy coat from Seinfeld making a comeback.
yeah.
He needs to collab with Greg Norman.
Oh, yeah, correct.
Austin would be all over that.
Okay, wow, this is
Share it if you have it.
yeah, I'm getting to it. Okay, here we go. I'm working on trying to get it's not a great photo. Okay, here we go. I gotcha. Let's share it. So this is the Yeezy Gap collab. So we could see here on the right. That's a side view. Here's the front, I guess. Again, this isn't wonderful, but you repping that?
It's only $200.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm surprised it's only $200. I mean,
It looks like a trash bag.
yeah.
Yeah.
It looks comfy though.
It looks like it's made out of a blue Laffy Taffy.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
what's
that's a
he going
cursed blue.
Yeah.
He's not going for the cheap or the super expensive. He's just going for normal, which is
Yeah, I think that's the point.
I think that's
Like-
more of a play on Gap, like really trying to almost spend big on getting younger, getting hipper, and they chose Kanye at probably not the best time. But hey, we still got that blue sweatsuit.
Okay, the oldest living chimpanzee in the U.S. has died at 63.
Damn, I didn't know they lived that long.
Yeah, that's crazy.
63?
Yeah.
Good Lord. I saw a heartwarming chimpanzee video of like this family raised a chimp from like being rescued. And then once it was grown, they like sent it to a refugee. And then it was a heartwarming reunion. And the chimp was just, hugging the shit out of him. It's like, oh,
I've seen that video.
But a chimpanzee can also, I'm pretty sure this the town I used to live in North Carolina, New Canaan, Connecticut, a little bit of a ritzy town. Exotic pets aren't out of the ordinary. So a chimp got loose and ripped a woman's face off.
Yeah. Some lady, I don't know if
Yes.
lived, and she got interviewed on Oprah without a face, and it is hard to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
It is hard. You should watch the video, Austin. It is
It's
It
fucked
is.
up. I've seen it.
pretty hard to watch. But yeah.
Back to Google for me. Let's continue with the T.
Okay. The
Face and hands ripped off. Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
I'm not even
it's like-
clicking through that.
they have like crazy strength, but
I think I'd fuck a chimp up.
no.
do you? Dude, they
I-
are strong.
I think
Are
a
they?
chimp would fuck you up. Yeah,
Yes.
How big
they're
are
crazy.
Dude, any like primate is like,
Yeah, they're probably like 4 feet tall, like standing up, but wingspan and just claws and
dude, just like stout and ready to like.
Oh, they got claws?
They swing
Well,
from their arms.
I don't
I
think they have claws.
thumbs.
Yeah.
I don't think they have claws.
But they have a
Oh, you're
taste
telling
for
me it's
just
4 feet
face
tall, and
meat.
you guys don't think you can take a chimp? Really?
Dude,
I gotta
wow.
look up some pictures of chimps.
You
Right
think
Yeah.
you could take a bear that is like mid-growing and he's 4 feet tall?
No, but a bear is different than a chimp.
Dude,
I think you could take an ostrich. That's I'd be willing to give you the ostrich.
I'm
Maybe
looking
just
up pictures of
club.
chimps right now.
Dude, they like swing by their arms. Like all
they're-
They look pretty scary. This
Bro,
is not-
they'll fuck you up.
dude, some of them might be bigger than 4 feet, I think.
Dude, like literally, I'm pretty sure they're like
yeah,
deadly.
never mind. I I take that back. I think
It says that their max.
Why would you keep that as a pet?
Dude, why would you keep a lion as a pet? I mean, rich people do
know.
stupid shit.
Dude, it
Okay,
says
Brendan, all I gotta say is this motherfucker is fucking you up here on the right. This dude, look at his forearms.
Wait, look at the guy up and to the left. At the very left.
a little cute dude.
This
No,
guy?
left too.
Oh, far left, Dylan. Like without the next over, without the hair.
Going.
Fuck me. Oh, I can't see it because my thing's in the way. This, this guy. That looks like a gargoyle.
Yeah, Brendan. It says that their muscles, the maximum dynamic force and power output is about 1.35 times higher than human muscle.
Look at his arm veins. Yeah, I'm getting fucked up by that.
That looks like Brendan after tricep day.
I mean, dude, their arms are so long. A right hook from one of them, like.
Yeah,
That's
these guys will fuck you up.
I thought they were so much smaller for some reason, like so much smaller.
I mean, they're cute, but yeah, I think once they get to an adult, it's.
Have you guys ever seen Most Valuable Primate, the movie where the chimp like snowboards and skateboards?
Yeah.
Really, I must have missed that one.
Brennan, do you think you could take Hasbulla?
Yes.
Bro, that's a hate
New
crime.
video.
Wait, when is Hasbulla's fight? That's the fight of the century coming up.
I don't know, but I'm so fucking weak at all the TikToks about him.
So
Yeah.
funny,
About the
dude.
girls that are like, they said not to fall in love.
Don't flirt with him. No, the
Yeah.
best is that woman kickboxing the water bottle and then Hasbulla just kickboxing, punching it back, and it's just back and forth.
Dude, I thought until like a week ago he was actually at like 4.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
got Benjamin Button disease.
Yeah,
I
that's
know,
what-
but I
think I
thought
said
that-
that earlier. You guys were like, "What?"
Like I literally thought that was that dude who pushes them apart like kids messing around or something.
Yeah, no, that dude is
I do
living
too.
his life. He's just filming Hasbulla, dude,
He
Tamayev or
takes
whatever.
right hooks from Hasbulla all the time.
Oh god.
So I have a
Alright.
question. In that original video where he's pushing the Hasbulla and the other dude away,
Yeah.
why is that other dude not famous? Is he actually a kid or is he?
No, same thing, but people just fell in love with Hasbulla.
I think it's
feel
because
like.
Hasbulla took his hat off. And
Yeah, it was kind of a
Hasbulla-
raw deal. The other
Hasbulla's
dude
demeanor.
might be fire.
Yeah.
This is a hot take, but I think the other dude might win the fight.
I know.
So they're actually fighting.
I'm about to look this up again.
I'm weak when he goes like this.
Yeah.
Wait, when I love when he cuts his throat like he's
Yeah.
about to end someone's life. When is the Hasbulla fight? Okay. Go ahead, Jack. I'll get it for you.
Yeah. So that Versailles, that
Versailles.
that palace in France where Louis, whatever, some king lived there. You can now stay in it like a hotel. There's like, and it's $2,000 a night. But
Wow. That actually seems not affordable for us, but affordable in general. Like I thought that would be way more like insane. I don't know.
yeah,
Okay, I just want to tickle you guys with this photo of Hasbulla. I mean, this is the fight of the century. Okay, anyway, continue.
So Chris Harrison, Bachelor host, was taking a leave of absence, but he is officially exiting after 19 years. He's done. He couldn't come back from that.
This was sneaky news today.
Yeah.
Did you
Dude,
see
he's
his
getting-
settlement?
Yeah.
Austin
15
let him
million.
know. Yeah.
How much was it?
50 million.
Holy fuck.
Just to not show up to work.
That's
Hey,
like-
Chris, thanks for 20 years. You said that one kind of racially insensitive thing. Okay, I won 50 mil. All right, fine. Go away, please.
That's like Guy Fieri contract money. That's crazy.
To not work.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Brennan, we have the same shirt on.
No.
Okay, this is this is crazy. So the film festival in Cannes, like the Cannes Film
Mhm.
Festival in France, it's like where all these like big time movies go. Fast and Furious 9 has been added to the lineup there. If you've ever watched Entourage, that's where they go and meet James
Yeah.
Cameron. Like it's like a big.
No, it's a very it's like for the elegant. It's almost where indie films that are like really critically acclaimed go, and Fast 9 where they're on to their 10th washed up action star, and they're all of a sudden riding cars in space.
Are they actually going to space in it?
I think I read that.
No, I've heard it multiple times.
Yeah, I think they'll find their way there.
Okay. Do you guys get up for Rick and Morty? They said that they're making a Rick and Morty movie.
Dude, I was never a Rick and Morty guy, but those that are, I've heard it's fantastic.
Yeah, I can't do the.
I don't hate it, but I just don't really find it that funny, I guess.
Right. The standard for me in terms of like animated comedy, obviously growing up, Family Guy to The Simpsons, and then BoJack Horseman sneakily stole my attention. It was hysterical. It was a great series, like 5 seasons, quick to go through episodes, and it was just, I mean, it was like a morbid. It took it farther than Family Guy, like, and it was so fucking funny.
Yeah, I'm kind of scarred just by like when I would sleep over at like Kyle Rumbach's house. That sometimes they'd like fall asleep to it, and those voices. Oh my god! Like Rick's and Morty's voice is so hard to fall asleep with that on.
I thought you were like scared.
No, no, it just sucked. Okay, Mike Myers who hasn't done anything in a while, is starring in a new Netflix series called The Penavert, and it's a limited series where centered around a secret society of individuals influencing the world's events since 1347. Mike Myers is Austin Powers. People who.
What, the Cat in the Hat?
Yeah. SNL, Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. Dude, this is the gold generation, the golden age of content creation. We're so lucky.
Okay, the Dollar Tree, who has been scrutinized for years for not, since they're affordable and supposed to be for like low-income people, for not selling like healthy options like produce and stuff, have finally caved and are selling basic produce now. So,
wait, so is the Dollar Tree what the dollar store used to be?
Well, I think they're
2 different chains with the same business model. Have you ever, this might be insensitive because people might have to, but have you ever bought food from the dollar store? I mean, like canned goods or some shit like that.
Been to the dollar store a couple times, but I feel like they would have stuff for like $5 and $6.
It's kind of like a crafting paradise.
I think inflation kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I think over the years.
Right. Let's go to the Doge store. It's $1.
Yeah, what about Five Below? Are they 10 below now?
Who knows?
Wait a second, I'm having a revelation.
Are they still in business?
I didn't know Five Below meant $5 and below. I thought that was just
No,
something new. Winging it.
All right. West Virginia is offering, in exchange for people getting the COVID vaccine, guns, trucks, and cash. So,
I saw that.
I saw that.
I didn't even think that was real at first, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, aren't you like legally not allowed to bribe people to get a vaccination?
Yeah, it's like the rule book got thrown out because multiple states have done this now. Like the Ohio guy gave away $1 million for like COVID.
Some states giving away marijuana, I thought, right?
It's DC. DC is legalized, but they like can't legally like actually have a dispensary. My brother lives there, so it's kind of funny. Like, so you'll go to a pipe shop and have to buy like a grinder, and then they just give you like a nug of weed. Like, so it's weird. I don't understand it. So yeah, getting the vaccine in DC, they give you a pre-rolled joint. It's crazy.
Dude, you know there's fake vaccine cards. I know someone that has one. He's like gotten into exclusive areas with it.
I feel like it's pretty simple. I mean, last time I checked, it's a piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 Utah girls ages 9 and 4 steal their family car because they wanted to go swim with dolphins in California. Not sure how far they made it, but they were driving.
Fair enough.
Have you ever done a joyride? Like when you were like super young? I've never done one myself, but I heard of one that went bad where some kid just like took it out and like crashed into a stone wall. survived, but it was just like wrecked his parents' car, you know.
I would have crashed immediately.
My dad's
Yeah.
tiny hometown of like 300 people. My aunt let me drive when I was like 11.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was the thing. Like I think I was like 7. My mom would pull into the driveway and be like, "Okay, Dylan, you're up." And it was the coolest thing ever.
Okay, we can't have nice things because of all the Southwest and American Airlines decided to postpone alcohol service after uptick in disorderly passengers in airport fights. So they're going to push it even longer.
Have you been seeing these fights though? Like,
Yeah.
what? Like, who is fighting a stewardess?
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Dude, I flew Southwest, and you have to put up 1 for Coke, put up 2 for Diet Coke. They have 4 options. It's like,
Wow, that's crazy. I'm usually that weirdo that I can't sleep well on planes, but I try to. And I'm just like, you know, I usually have my eyes shut so they don't bother me. And I'd rather have it that way. You know, if she's, hey, do you want a ginger cookie? It's like, no.
All right, here's the last couple things quick here. California woman, her wallet is returned after 46 years with everything still in it because they got trapped in a crawl space in a movie theater and they were redoing it and it had $200 in it, all her stuff.
Holy shit.
Yeah. A Connecticut man has died after crashing his motorcycle into a bear that was crossing the street.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, on that note, I've heard stories of like people crashing into a moose. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. Like someone crashed into a moose, and a moose is a huge thing. It literally, sorry to do this again to you, ripped someone's face off. So, like,
Yeah. All right. Rapper Pooh Shiesty has reportedly turned himself in for an alleged role in a shooting at a Miami nightclub.
Do you guys fuck with Pooh Shiesty?
Brendan does.
Yeah, he's solid. Did you see sorry, Jack, we'll get right back. Did you see the controversy about Tory Lanez where he was like he wasn't supposed to be talking about this record company, and then all of a sudden, right as he was about to go Instagram live and kind of expose some shit, he got swirled into the Megan Thee Stallion gun controversy? We'll have to do some digging into that. We'll look into it next time.
Yeah. Okay, last thing about Kanye. His manager commented on a post, "Best day ever, album on the way." He's got a new album coming out.
Let's
and
go.
Then
with a free coat.
Last things I have are suggestions, not anything new, but I just started watching Arrested Development. Hilarious.
Yes.
And then this serial killer show on Amazon Prime called The Fall is apparently really good. And then coming out in July is a sick documentary on Anthony Bourdain, the chef who killed himself. The trailer looks really, really good. And that's what I got.
All right, T with Jack D.
Comes out next week.
Oh, Dave?
Yeah.
I saw the trailer. It looked fantastic. My buddy, on the note of Mayor of Earstown, told me that 000 has some Sicario vibes when we were talking about Sicario. So that's a recommendation too. This is Winging It. These are the fellas, Brendan Duarte, Jack Duncan, Austin Platts. I'm Dylan Corbett. We'll talk to you next week.